Cheesy the Podcast, presented by Just Cheesy Productions.
Hi there, I'm your host, Fondue. In this week's episode...
I'm Fondue. I'm ChatGPT, an AI language model here to assist you in exploring the world of cheese and technology.
Ooh.
And speaking of cheese, why did the cheese go to the doctor? Because it was feeling crumbly.
Crumbly.
But don't worry, we won't be cheesing around too much today.
Okay.
We'll also be discussing the latest advancements in AI and how they're being used to revolutionize the cheese industry.
Whoa.
So sit back, relax, and let's get cheesy.
Ooh, cheesy.
Stay tuned for episode 69, AIAIO, on Just Cheesy, the podcast. So cheesy, in this week's episode, I wanted to use the AI tool ChatGPT to help us with the content for this week.
Oh.
I began by asking some questions about cheese.
Really?
I asked, what is the stinkiest cheese in the world?
Yeah?
And it said it was a French cheese called Vieux Bologna.
I wish it told you how to pronounce it.
I know, I wish it did too. It described the distinctive odor as similar to wet socks,
Ew.
ammonia, and bodily fluids.
Ew.
We discussed stinky cheeses in Season 1, Episode 3.
Yeah, we did.
Next, I asked it, what is considered the world's most dangerous cheese?
Yeah.
Of course, its answer was Casu Marzu.
We knew that.
That's right, we knew that one too because it was from Season 1, Episode 4.
Right.
I then queried it and said, what is the most popular cheese in the whole world?
Yeah.
It answered cheddar.
Oh.
Now, if you listened to last week's episode, Taste Atlas doesn't seem to agree with ChatGPT on the most popular cheese in the world.
Whoa.
We asked it to tell us the most expensive cheese in the whole world.
Okay.
And of course, it talked about Pule cheese.
Right.
This is the milk made from donkeys.
Donkeys.
We talked about Pule cheese back in episode 1, where we discovered it's about $600 per pound.
Holy cow.
We asked ChatGPT if it could tell us the types of animals that could be milked for cheese, and it gave us a list, and we
Ooh.
talked about those cheeses back in episode 1, season 1 as well.
Yeah.
But we ran into a little bit of trouble when we talked about AI and cheese.
Oh, no.
So we asked it to tell us if there were any cheese manufacturers using AI to assist in cheese making.
What'd it say?
So ChatGPT told us that there were some manufacturers that are using AI technology, and I wanted to know the specific companies.
Yeah.
It gave me a list.
Ooh.
I wanted to do my due diligence and look up the articles that it had suggested.
Okay.
When I couldn't find a couple of them, I told it so. It said that it's possible there was some misinformation or confusion in the sources that it consulted.
Oh, no.
And it said as an AI language, it strives to provide accurate and reliable information, but it's not infallible.
Ooh, oopsie.
And errors can occur.
Oh, no.
So I decided to go out on my own and find a few articles regarding AI and cheese.
Yeah.
According to dairyreporter.com, a European cheese producer named Amalthea is using AI to help with their milk production.
Whoa.
Back in 2020, the company invested in a system called Coleman AI.
Okay.
They wanted help with milk yield calculations
Wow.
because they were doing it manually before.
Oh.
They were only able to do it once a week and sometimes only once per month. And at that point, it was too late.
Yeah.
They're using AI to help with things like supply chain planning,
Oh.
shelf life management,
Yeah.
quality testing, and even things like cheese treatment and aging.
Wow.
Increasing yield is expected to help save about $530,000.
Holy cow.
According to aston.ac.uk, Butler's Farmhouse Cheeses is expecting to use AI to help them with their capabilities.
Wow.
They're going to be using artificial intelligence and machine learning to be able to predict and optimize the quality and quantity of milk, which should help them forecast cheese demand.
Wow.
ChatGPT is not a sponsor,
Nope.
but if it was, the ad would go right here. Have you ever wanted to listen to the web?
Yeah.
Well, Newsly makes that possible.
They do.
They're an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android.
Super app.
You can listen to trending articles on the web on topics that you choose and get them read to you in a natural human voice.
What kind of topics?
Sports,
Cheese?
tech, business, science.
Cheese?
I'm sure there's even cheese.
Yay.
They even have an entire section for podcasts.
Are we there?
Of course we are.
Ooh.
It's one of my new favorite podcast apps. They even have digital radio.
Holy cow.
Just go to www.newsly.me to download it free.
Whoa.
Or use the link in the description. If you use the promo code CHEESY,
Cheesy.
that'll get you 1 month free premium subscription.
Yay, Newsly.
Now, back to the podcast. We asked, are there any robots that make cheese?
Are there?
It said to its knowledge, there are no robots specifically designed for making cheese.
Really?
There are a lot of cheese production processes that involve the use of automated machinery.
Oh.
On the website cheeseprofessor.com, there's an article that says, get to know the hardworking cheese robots with truly adorable names.
Aw.
According to the article, Jasper Hill Farm in Vermont actually uses a robot.
Ooh.
They usually have about 20,000 to 25,000 wheels of cheese,
Wow.
each weighing about 22 to 26 pounds, and they have to be handled on a weekly basis.
Oh, my.
The robot takes the cheese off the shelf,
Okay.
it turns it, brushes it,
Okay.
adds spray brine or wine or whatever solution on the cheese, and then washes it.
Wow.
Point Reyes Farmstead Cheese got a robot in 2019.
Wow.
This robot is also used to flip and brush cheese.
Nice.
The company put out a contest on Instagram to name the robot,
Ooh.
and the winning name was Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
Emmy Roth has 4 smear robots named Bern, Lucerne, Southern, and Zurich.
Wow.
This robot pulls out a wooden cheese board and applies a culture to help develop the rind on the cheese.
Wow.
Parmigiano Reggiano Consortium uses robots to clean wheels of cheese during the aging process.
Wow.
Because for larger producers, they have up to 500,000 wheels of cheese.
Holy cow.
So these activities are mechanized.
Yeah.
And on Laley.com, they show a milking robot.
What?
Apparently, this allows cows to enter the robot on their own when they're ready to be milked.
Wow.
They all have a collar with an ID, and so the milking device recognizes the cow, it washes the udders,
Wow.
and then it uses laser technology for
Laser.
teat placement. This is the coolest looking thing I've seen.
Yeah,
There's a
it is.
great video on TikTok that we have attached here in our show notes from Ninny1083. They show a cow getting milked by this robot.
Wow.
Have you ever wanted an app to help you figure out what type of cheese you're looking at?
Heck yeah.
Well, apparently, according to Cheesus.co,
Jesus.
there is indeed an app for Apple and Android that you can download that'll help you analyze pictures of cheese.
Wow.
According to the website, Cheesus, the app, will give you information about the cheese you captured.
Wow.
It'll show you similar cheeses,
Okay.
and it will even recommend pairings for your cheese.
Ooh.
I even asked in the chat on the website, what is your favorite cheese?
Wow.
And it came back and said, Mont d'Or.
Oh.
I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm so
no.
sorry.
Oh, my.
According to the website, it says there are 388 cheeses in Cheesus,
Ooh.
and there are 58,274 images.
Holy cow.
We're going to give it a try and let you know how it goes.
I'm ready for a joke, Fondue.
We asked ChatGPT to tell us a joke about cheese and AI. Why did the AI cross the road?
I don't know.
To get to the other brie.
What?
It said, I hope you found that joke good enough.
No.
Well, I told it that was very odd. Can
Yeah.
you try again?
Okay.
So here's the next joke.
Okay.
Why did the robot put cheese on its circuits?
No clue.
Because it wanted to add a little bite.
Oh, my. Oh, wow.
Get it? Because it wanted to add a little bite?
I got it. It was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, that one was so good. And a little bit cheesy. Hey, listeners, we'd love it if you could tell your friends about Just Cheesy the podcast.
Yeah.
Ask them to tune in on their favorite podcast player
Please.
and listen to us once a week.
Stay cheesy, everybody.